Lone Mart Super Fast 100 presented by E3 Spark Plugs. Welcome at Lucas Oil Racing TV. My name is Mike Flanders, along with Chuck Smith, and Andy is on the track this evening. I'm the voice of Lucas Oil Modifieds live and on your streaming Lucas Oil Racing TV. It is my distinct pleasure to be here in San Bernardino, where I call my hometown. You know what? Born and raised here. I love this town. I now reside in Arizona, and I love that town too, but you know what? I'll always be Inland Empire, yes. Blood, true and true. Yes. The Lucas Oil Modifieds are coming out onto the track. We're going to be, this is a great time for photos. Get your cell phones ready. And we are going to start with our driver introductions. All the way, let's see, I think we're all out here. We are going to start at the back. The 22 from Las Vegas, Nevada, in an STR Chevrolet. That is the 22 of Aaron McMorran. Now, we got the 28 sitting back there. That is not the normal 28. That's a 28X, one of our breaking bag cars from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and another Phil's Fabrication Chevrolet. Phil's Fabrication Chevrolet out of Las Vegas, a busy fabrication shop. That is a 28 of Shane Skaggs all the way there in the back. We then move on up to the guy I so aptly call the mayor of Meridian, Idaho, the 24 right there in another Phil's Fabrication Chevy. And Lone Mart helping him out there. That is the 24 of Shelby Strobel. You then move on up to a guy from Hanford, California, up north in an STR Chevrolet. Hanford Towing helping Eric Hamilton out in that bright orange car right there. Move on up. The 34, that is going to be Tony Forfa the Fourth out of Redlands, California. That's an RBK STR Chevrolet and kitchen specialists helping him out, as well as Luke's Transmission. And the 55 against the wall right there. That is all the way from Lake Havasu City, Arizona. And the Flowers Assisted Living car, that is William Guevara making the transfer from the B main. The 34, the 55, and now this car, the 4X, Doug Ham, transferred from the B main, and lined up next to him, the fourth car that transferred from the B to the A, the 5 from Santee, California, and an STR Chevrolet Dance Scene, Thunderbird Waterjet Products, and RC Engines helping Dave RC out. You then move up to the 25. You can see Pacific Freelance Photography, Howard standing right there next to the 25. That is all the way from Lake Havasu City, Arizona, Larry Gershman. Then you move up next to Larry. That's the 5T, a guy who's won from Sylmar, California, and a Race Car Factory Chevrolet National Papers Race Car Factory, helping out the 5T of Mr. Travis Thurkettle. Then you get up to the white and yellow car there. That is the 98 of Kyle Klein from Hesperia, California. Walt Boyd Racing, Creven Racing at entry here, and Macro Air Technology helping out Kyle. And then you get into the 17D, a guy who just had a birthday last week from Edgewood, New Mexico, in a Phil's Fabrication Chevrolet, Super Clean PG Enterprises, and Napa Auto Parts, helping out the 17D of Dustin Tilbury. Now you get up to the next row, and that's a row of fours right there. We're going to start, let's see, right there, the 4T. That is going to be Taylor Minch, all the way from El Cajon, California, and an STR Chevrolet Lanier King Taco and Simi Trim helping Taylor Minch out. And then you move into the inside there, the other four, the white and orange four, all the way from the southern part of Arizona, Yuma, Arizona, he calls his hometown, a left-hander Chevrolet, FIRM Incorporated, Big Dub Sales, and Mitchell's Merchant Patrol helping Blake Rogers. Then you move up to the 3. That is from Fremont, California, up there on the east bay of San Francisco, and an STR Chevrolet Transmissions by Hal and All Pro Coatings, amongst others, helping out the 3 of William Camara. That is a Garcia Racing entry, Garcia Racing out of Vegas. Then you get there into the 88. The 88 from Big Bear all the way up on the hill in STR Chevrolet, Cannon Filters, Mercer Automotive and Tire, Bear Valley Tree Care, Superior Automotive Warehouse, and Ideal Investigations helping out Jesse James Lawson. Now you get up to the 89, a guy who knows how to win in this series, has won is running up front in the top 5. From Ukiah, California, in an STR Chevrolet Vogel's RV Forward Investments, amongst others, STR helping out the 89 of Kyle Tellstrom. And located to the inside of Mr. Tellstrom, you folks know this guy all the way from Colton, California, in a Phil's Fabrication Chevrolet, Pinnacle Peak Steakhouse, Reeves Complete Auto Center, Earl Robbins Racing Plus, Parker Pumper, Ron's Rear Ends, BMS, Phil's Fabrication, Swift Springs Unlimited Landscaping, Power Grade, and of course Lucas Oil helping out Mr. Lenny White. Then you move up to the 35, a guy who was running from a fire earlier this week, but all is good up there in Oak Hills, California, in another STR Chevrolet Pinnacle Peak helping him out too. Not steady anymore, he's fast, Eddie Secord. Then you move to the inside, a guy who's running for a championship this year. Been running up front, having a nice season with us, amongst others. That is the 24A, a previous NASCAR California state champion, Mr. Scott Winters from Tracy, California. Now our top four. You get up there. You got the 28 from Lakeside, California, in an STR Chevrolet, Lyle Hunter Tax Service, Carlisle Tools, San Diego Engine Parts, Dave's Rear Ends, Lucas Oil, and of course our good buddies at Frank's Radios helping out the guy we call the Rebel, Matthew Hicks, in the 28. You then look to the inside of him, starting third this evening. The Prince of Peoria, Arizona, a former champion here in the Lucas Oil Modified Series, Discount Tire, Bill Stein Suspension, Sears Garage Doors, Short Track Race Cars, RC Racing Engines, amongst others. Another Garcia Racing entry, the 11C of Dylan Capello. And now a guy who needs really not too much introduction around these parts.
Definitely not.
He's running the number 9 tonight. It's a Race Car Factory Chevrolet, Sunrise Ford Race Car Factory in Ron's Rear Ends, helping out the 9, bringing his driving experience here from the K&N Series. You know him, Ryan Partridge.
From
Rancho Cucamonga.
There we go.
And the most important, starting on the pole from Turlock, California. In an STR Chevrolet, 5150 energy drink, Race for Autism, Joe's Racing Products, Speed51.com, JMD Graphics, TCS Suspension, RC Racing Engines, and FIRA EFI System. That is Wes Miller.
Wes Miller.
Wes Miller. Orange Show Speedway, are we ready to get it on in the Lone March Superfast 100 presented by E3 Spark Plugs? All right, well, I'm going to need your help. Let's count them down from 5 to 1 and get the engines going. Orange Show Speedway, let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start those modifieds up. We couldn't do what we do in Lucas Oil Modifieds if it wasn't for Team Lucas. That includes General Tire, anywhere as possible. Geico Insurance, more than just auto insurance. E3 Spark Plugs, they are born to burn, and I guarantee you they will increase your gas mileage in your engine. Put them in. They're awesome. They are helping present this race this evening. Optima Batteries is the ultimate power source. Carlisle Tools by Napa, designed by technicians for technicians. Bilstein Shocks, precision, reliability, success. Super Clean, for your greasiest, grimiest, toughest tasks. Super Clean gets the job done super easy and super fast. Don't forget our friends at 4 Wheel Parts. They are your truck and Jeep accessory superstore, and our awesome friends at Loan Mart, the best auto title loans in the universe. If you need cash and you need it fast, you can get it right in the stands right now. 1-800-LOAN MART. Thank you so much to those wonderful folks over there. We also love our Lucas Oil products. They're made in the USA, sold worldwide. ProtectTheHarvest.com. The keeping America free, fed, and fun, because that's what America is about, gosh darn it. MAV TV, the world's best motorsports network, 24/7. Hoosier Tire West, tires designed for champions. They give us an awesome Series 700 tire, and Angelo and the boys back there handling it for us each and every race. Thank you so much. Also, big thanks to Sunoco Race Fuels, Aero Racing Wheels. They are your largest premier racing steel wheel supplier. ASI Racewear, the only choice for premium quality sportswear. 5-star race car bodies, from grassroots to professional racing. They've got you covered. Frank's Radios, for all of your radio needs. Frank will get you hooked up. Racing Plus Parker Pumper Helmets, the EFI University out of Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Joe's Racing Products, if we make it, we race it. Scribner Plastics out of Rancho Cucamonga over there.
Wow. Premium
quality molded products. Fast Easy EFI System, that's the comp division. They are the leader in fuel air spark technology. That is the FAST, F-A-S-T, fuel air spark technology. They are the leaders. And of course, DJ Safety, your safety is our business. Now, points in our division. The top 5 are separated by 25 measly points. If you win this thing, it's 70 points plus, it's about 75 with bonuses and some other things, right?
Yep.
Scott Winters in the 24A, who is starting 5th this evening. He is leading by 1 point. The guy who is starting in the second row in the 28 of Matthew Hicks. 1 point separates those two going into this evening's main event.
So a lot can change in the point standings.
Yes, it could. Taylor mentioned the 4T right there at the start-finish line. He's running 3rd. Kyle Tellstrom in the 89, who's just a couple of spots in front of Taylor. He's 4th. And Lenny White in the 99 is sitting 5th in points. Again, any of the top 5 guys can have a mathematical chance of taking this thing in a big way this evening as far as a points lead. But as far as mathematically who could still win this thing in the series, the top 10 are awesome. Top 10 is Scott Winters, Matthew Hicks, Taylor Mitch, Kyle Tellstrom, Lenny White, top 5. Larry Gershman, 6th. Shelby Strobel, 7th. Travis Thurkettle, 8th. Eric Hamilton sitting 9th. And Aaron McMorrin is 10th, currently going into this evening's festivities. Now, one thing we love to do at the Lucas Oil Modified Series at each and every race is we love to celebrate America. We love America. We're all Americans, tried and true. And you know what? We like it when you guys celebrate being Americans with us. It's a Saturday night. It's short track racing in America. And all of our drivers, as they are going to be coming around, are going to have some American flags in their race vehicles. Each and every one. You're going to see them. So, on the next time that these modifieds come around, Orange Show Speedway, if you'd please stand up and salute America with us, our drivers, Lucas Oil, and your fellow countrymen and women, because you know what? It's an Olympic year. It's an election year. You need to be paying attention. But God bless our freedoms here in America, and that's what these 2 laps are about. So God bless America. Celebrate at home. Celebrate the stands.
There we go.
Love this part.
Oh,
the drivers love this.
Goosebumps.
It does every time.
Wow.
Every time. I mean, I get them. I got them. There's
Wow.
the goosebumps. Each and every time.
That's amazing.
This is for our veterans who have passed, the ones that are going to be coming up, the ones who are currently serving, and for your country. This is a pivotal time in our country's history. Please pay attention. Don't be quiet. Voice your opinions and respect others' opinions. It's about America. No more lying. Let's get back to what it's about.
I agree.
And Orange Show Speedway, San Bernardino, you are showing us some love. They are on their feet in the stands. This is why we do this. God bless America.
Definitely. Wow. That's all I can say.
You know, and some other race series might try to copy us, but I think we might have been the first that does this each and every time. But you know what? We don't even care if we were the first or the last. It's about America.
Yes,
we could not do this on Saturday nights. You know, they're not doing this in China.
No.
Nope. They're not even, they don't even know it's you know, because, you know why? Because we're Americans, and this is America. God bless America, the red, white, and blue. We're going to have to get Rod a flag sponsorship here at the track.
Yes.
There's a lot of wind here. There have been some issues that people were talking about the flag earlier. For those of you who don't live here, it gets very windy. Sometimes that happens.
Yes.
But it's going to be handled. Don't worry. We are patriots through and through, and we will not let that go unhandled. Trust me. I've already had a discussion about it.
All right.
In the stands. We're all good.
All right.
So, God bless America. We're here in Southern California on a short track Saturday night. This is the oldest racetrack that's still running in California, one of the longest running in the nation. Last time we were here, let's see, if I remember right, it was Matthew Hicks beating Lenny White by just let's see, my official number is by a 0.376 seconds. Wow. Anyways, the Lone March Superfast 100 modified point standings. Thanks to our friends at Super Clean. You guys at home at Lucas Oil Racing TV are seeing the modified point standings. Again, Scott Winters leading this thing by Matthew Hicks is only a point behind. Taylor Mitch, Kyle Tellstrom, Lenny White, top 5. And then you get all the way down to 10th. And 101 points looks like a lot. It really does. But when you can get 75 points or 70 points or even 65 points by finishing up front, it's not a lot. Oh. And this is only the 7th in a 10-race series. We go to Kern County Raceway. If you can join us there in Bakersfield next month, that's going to be awesome. Then we go, let's see, we go to Madera again, and then we end the series in at Havasu 95 Speedway, Lake Havasu City, Arizona, along the Colorado River. Most scenic quarter mile you're ever going to see. Come on out there and have a good time with us. 87, who should have been pulling this thing. That's Wes Miller. A little slow here on the front stretch. Not sure what's up with that. I will, again, I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. If you're stuck in a financial rut, team up with Lone March to get your finances back on track. It happens. It's no big deal. Call now and drive away with cash today from Auto. You can get an auto title loan. Lone March, from the first person you talk to on the phone all the way through the end of it. They're awesome people, and they will get you hooked up. 1-800-LONE MART. Give them a call if you need some help. Again, it happens from time to time. Sometimes life happens, and you need that extra little bit. Our friends at Lone Mart are there to help us. 1-800-LONE MART, and thank you for all that you do for us at Lucas Oil Modifieds and Lucas Oil Team Lucas, excuse me. We could not do that without you. And our friends at E3 Spark Plugs, those things are born to burn. You want added horsepower, you want added miles per gallon in your vehicle, put some E3 Spark Plugs in. I did, and I increased my gas mileage. I'm so happy. We are green. We are green. That's right, punch it, chicken. Super Fast 100 presented by E3 Spark Plugs here from beautiful downtown San Bernardino, California. For those of you just joining us on this main event, we're about 60 miles east of Los Angeles, close to California Speedway in Fontana. But right now, we are watching the Lucas Oil Modified Series presented by our good friends at Lone Mart. So far, they're jumbled up a little in the back, but that's no big deal. Everybody got through. We are still green. Good battle right there. That's going to be for 6th, I believe, between White and Tellstrom coming out of 4. They get back single file. No, that was Fast Eddie Secord. He brought Tellstrom along with him on the bottom. Tellstrom's going to get up underneath Secord. They're going on the back stretch. But there's single file up front as Wes Miller is leading Ryan Partridge in the 9. Dylan Capello 3rd.
And I was here for practice last night. Man, Ryan Partridge, he was fast.
Ryan Partridge is fast normally. Yeah, waking up out of bed, the guy's fast.
He's always fast.
And my dad, who's another announcer here in Southern California, when Ryan Partridge came on the scene, I remember my dad saying, "Son, you need to watch this guy. He's going to be really good." And he has. Dad, you were right. You were totally right.
Definitely.
7 of 100. We are on lap 7 right now. That's good so far. Just about through the entire field now. They're single file. They're still racy from corner to corner. Those of you watching on Lucas Oil Racing TV are watching the battle up front, as the top 6 are kind of pulling out by about 2-3 car lengths, maybe on Tellstrom and Secord. But nothing to worry about now. A lot of people will ask me, what is the big equalizer in the Lucas Oil Modifieds? I'll tell you, it's those awesome Hoosier 700 Series tires that Hoosier Tire West brings us to run. They hold up well. They're a solid tire. They'll be nice if you're nice to them. They will bite you in the butt if you're rough on them.
Okay.
And these, our drivers, we are the best in the West. I don't care what anybody else wants to name their series. We have champions amongst champions amongst champions in this Lucas Oil Modified Series presented by Lone Mart. And that's why we can run really nice races. Our top 20 in qualifying are usually within a third, fourth of a second of each other. That's how tight this field is. That's the quality of racers we have. And we got an issue in turn 3. Dave Arcee, and it looks like Eric Hamilton got involved in, what did we call that earlier? Real estate transactions on a Saturday night on a short track, right? Okay, now we learned earlier that they don't work in turn 1 and 2. We have now proven our hypothesis that it doesn't work in 3, and I'm hoping we don't really need to test out number 4, because it's 1, 2, and 3.
It's not going to work.
Looks like a duck, walks like a duck, probably not a chicken.
Right.
Just saying. I'm not a bird expert. Funny I say that. As I was traveling out here this week, a bird was in my garage. I'm like, "Hey, bird, you need to get out of my garage." Bird didn't get out of my garage, so I named the bird, left him some food and some water, and I said, "Well, if you make it, you make it. If you don't, you don't." I flipped him the bird, locked my garage, and came racing.
Funny you mentioned birds. My mom came home one day from work, and a bird actually flew in, not in just to the garage, but flew into the house when she came into the house.
Oh, well, that's just fun for mom. Probably had groceries in her hand or something, right?
No, just a whole bunch of school paperwork. She's a teacher.
Oh, well, that's just as bad. Why'd I get a C? Well, the bird was in the house. I just gave everybody a C. I wasn't great in that. That's why I'm not a teacher, see? Anyways,
It was a fun night trying to get that thing out.
I bet it was. One more bird story. Well, it's not really a bird. This is an intelligent story. I had to chase a marsupial out of. Actually, they're not technically marsupials. I'm sorry. I'll get hate mail for that one. I had to chase 2 bats out of my house before.
All right.
Here's the key to catching a bat: a fishing net.
A fishing net. Okay.
Yes.
I will keep that in mind.
Just now, you can't YouTube it because I didn't video it because it was 5 minutes of chaos. But I'll tell you what, the bats are now out eating bugs, and my house is safe, and we're good to go. Matthew Hicks doesn't have any bats in his house, I'm pretty sure. There's not too many down there in Lakeside. But Matthew Hicks, I'll tell you what, last time we were here last year, he ran a really nice race. And Lenny White was probably going to win that race, but then Lenny messed up a little bit, just got a little loose, and Hicks capitalized right on it. That's why it was such a tight, I mean, it was in the final laps. Those two will always race each other clean. The drivers' meetings are funny because you see all these guys and they're out battling and competing. You get them back in the drivers' meeting in the pits. Oh, and they're just, it's buddy. That's another thing I really love about this division. We're, in the pits, in tech, it really is a big family. We could not see
everybody's family.
Yeah, exactly.
And that goes the same with our local racers here. Everybody's family back in the pits.
Yeah, and I think that's why, 2017, Orange Show Speedway's running another season. It's stuff like that. It's you fans that come out to the races and support us. It's you fans that tell your friends and family, hey, come on out to the races on a Saturday night. We get people in the stands. Great racing. Here's some upcoming events in the Lucas Oil Modified Series that are left, that are points races. September 17th, I did mention it earlier, we're at Kirk County Raceway. Beautiful facility up there if you've never been there in Bakersfield, California. We're there September 17th. We are then up north, a little farther north in California on October 8th in Madera. And then October 29th, we crown our champion for the 2016 season at Lake Havasu at Havasu 95 Speedway, the most scenic quarter mile on the West Coast. And then our final race, which is for all the bragging you want to do. That's our champions race. That is November 19th at the infamous Bull Ring at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
You guys are on the Bull Ring there.
We run the Bull Ring there, and I'll tell you, if you come to that racetrack, it's nice and loud, and in November, bring a jacket. All right, for you folks, LucasOilRacing.tv, we're going to throw it to a commercial here just for a second. Get yourself something cold to drink, a bathroom break, and then get on back because we got a whole lot of modified laps to run at you this evening. But that's all right. Hey, we are back at Lucas Oil Racing TV. LucasOilRacing.tv is where you need to go get yourself a subscription. If you call yourself a gearhead at all, 24/7 access to all of your favorite motorsports. I will guarantee you there's probably stuff you don't even know runs in a different country that's on there. I just recently had surgery and was watching it myself, and there is so much stuff on there, I couldn't quit watching it.
You know what? I'm going to get myself a subscription.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm a guy who has the MLB.com subscription. This is half the price.
And also, $5 off a 1-year subscription if you enter the coupon code LORTV5.
Wow. Inexpensive, and I'll tell you what. On all of your streaming devices, you will not be disappointed. Do yourself a favor. Check us out, LucasOilRacing.tv. We are only getting bigger by each race, and I'm just absolutely pleased and thankful that I'm here on the ground floor of this deal, because this is the only streaming live, motorsports 24/7 you can get. Nobody else is doing it.
No.
And I also mentioned Speed51.com. My good buddy Bob Dillner, he runs that. Check that out. That's all things short track racing in America. It's up to date. If you call yourself a gearhead, like to follow racing intimately, then definitely check out Speed51.com as well.
Yeah, that's the site that I visit quite often.
They really do a fabulous job over there. But hold on to your lug nuts. You can get $2,500 to $50,000 the same day with an auto title loan from Lone Mart.
Wow, really?
Lone Mart was just, I'm telling you, they're fabulous. Give your wallet an overhaul by calling 1-800-LONE-MART today. That's 800-562-6627. Or visit lonemart.com to begin.
I might have to leave and go give them a call.
You can call right here in the booth. They're ready to rock and roll and get you over the hump. It happens. And again, I got to say it because I'm stoked that I added 4 miles to the gallon with E3 spark plugs within the last 2 weeks in my truck.
Those will definitely be going in my
It's a 350 Chevrolet. It doesn't get great gas mileage. I'm like, okay, fine. But those E3 spark plugs, they are born to burn, and they just work.
So
I've
E3
used
spark
them.
plugs, right?
E3 spark plugs.
All right.
Check them out. They are awesome, and they have a 5-year, 100,000-mile guarantee. I mean, 5 years on us. Who gives you a 5-year warranty on spark plugs?
Nobody.
E3 spark plugs does. Tell you what, and they make it real simple too. What's your part number? It's E3 dot a number. I happen to be E3. I think there's 6 3s. It's real simple. It's not, well, I need spark plug 5874F. Nope. No. E3 spark plugs. Check them out. Put them in your ride. Demand they get in there. You will not be disappointed. I'm speaking from experience. The 87 again, Wes Miller having problems getting going after the long cleanup here. That's what's going on. Wes Miller might just need a push. That happens sometimes. We'll see here as track safety is getting to him on the back straightaway, just about 50 yards from the entry to turn 3. And looks like Miller's going to take the push and should be getting back underway here. There he goes. No big deal, but boy, that would have really stunk if that car wasn't. If something was terminal, that would have been terrible.
Yeah,
Wes
sure.
Miller, he's looking all right. It's on the pole. He's running up front, but that 9 behind him.
Right, that 9.
Those guys from Rancho Cucamonga, you got to watch.
Yes, Ryan Partridge. Happy to call him
or Chuck Smith. You got to watch Chuck Smith too. He's from Rancho Cucamonga. I heard that earlier.
I'm happy to call Ryan Partridge a personal friend of mine.
Okay, and a neighbor. Neighbor, right?
Yeah, actually, it doesn't live too far from me. So.
See, that's what I'm saying. You guys are both the same sim. Come on,
I can walk.
It's not like he says I'm from Upland. He says I'm from Rancho Cucamonga.
I can walk to his house from my house. So that's how close we are.
Yeah, yeah. See.
Now, ask if I've ever done that. No, but I could.
Okay. So Ryan Partridge, when you're watching this on the replay, Chuck said he'll come down to your house and wash your vehicles on a Sunday. Early on a Sunday morning.
If it doesn't collide with church.
Well, he probably wouldn't even be home early on a Sunday morning. Well, if he's racing here or Irwindale. He does
exactly.
He does the driver, one of the driver experiences out there at Irwindale.
Right, but if he's in the K&N Pro Series car,
well, whichever car he has in the driveway, just go wash it. I was just gonna, put some some Lucas Oil slick mist detailer right here just to clean this up for you. He'd appreciate it. That's a neighborly thing to do.
Yes.
Not that I have ever detailed my neighbors' vehicles at all, but they would appreciate it. I'm just saying.
So it looks like we're getting ready for a restart.
We talked about a cone earlier.
Yes.
Honest Abe. Honest Abe is out there in turn 1. Now you folks see that the drivers are choosing a high lane or a low lane. Once you choose the high lane or the low lane, you can't move that position. I mean, you can, but it's going to be a 2-position penalty either at the next caution or at the conclusion of the race, whichever were to come first in that event. So you will see the cone come out. If we have an excessive amount of yellow flags after the 5th one, it will be a single file restart.
Okay.
That's how we run in the Lucas Oil Modified Series presented by Lone Mark. Wes Miller, punch it chicken, we're back going green, and Hicks got a good run on the outside of Partridge on that restart.
Yes.
The Rebel coming through with a really good restart.
But Ryan Partridge fighting back on the inside. Says, I do not want to give up second.
They are too deep, just about to almost the back of the field. Miller bottoming out in that 87 as in the middle of 1 and 2. I've seen that car slap the ground pretty tough there. Capello going to try to get up underneath Hicks there. That's for 3rd. He might bring Scott Winters with him. No, Winters had to check up. Matthew Hicks dropped in. Now Hicks has 4th. But look at Taylor Mitch on the outside of Lenny White going into 3 now. Taylor Mitch, he's the lone car on the outside there up front.
Trying to make that outside groove work.
And Taylor Mitch can make that outside groove work at small tracks. I've seen him do it, and he could do it again tonight. I haven't seen that upper groove come in at all, if it even thinks it's here at Orange Show Speedway. But you know what, Taylor Mitch, hey, more power to you if you can get that thing to hook up and run out there. Right now, he's being blocked hard by Lenny White, and looks like Kyle Tellstrom there. Tellstrom up underneath him still. Mitch is still stuck up on the outside, and he's losing positions fast.
Yes. I just don't think that outside groove is there, or I don't think it will be there at all.
No, I think he found that out here as he went from about 3rd, 4th back, and now he's sitting about 8th.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big hit. But again, we're on lap 17 of 100. We got plenty of time to go. Partridge is saying, you better go, Wes Miller, because we're at the Orange Show. I've ran here 1,000 times.
Yeah. And last time he was here, he had a dominating performance.
Last time he was with us, he had a dominating performance.
And wrecked.
He won. He won with us last time he was with us, but last time he was here, he wrecked, huh?
Yeah. It was K&N Pro Series West. They were here for the first time in 30-some-odd years. And he dominated all night and wrecked.
That's a tough night.
Coming to the checker.
Oh, that's tough.
Yes.
That's a heartbreaker. But you know what? You win, you lose. That's racing.
Exactly.
You know? And right now, he's the first loser.
Yes.
I hate to say it. You're in second. You're the first loser of the race right now, but we haven't even crowned a winner, so you're still good to go. Lap 21 of 100. A fifth of the way through this, we got a caution on the speedway. It looks like Blake Rogers is around in turn 4. The 4 is around. And fortunately, the rest of the field sees that he is parked in a not so good.
You don't have Juan Pablo Montoya in the field, do you?
Boy, I hope we don't need the jet dryer tonight. Oh my goodness!
I'm sorry.
I'm. You know what? I'm just glad we don't have a jet dryer. Yeah, anyway,
Yes.
that was Blake Rogers in the 4. It got spun around there somehow. Man, it just came by himself. But looking at the damage to the rear quarter panel on the driver's side of that 4, we had a little body work done in Yuma this week, maybe. Oh, maybe next week. We got a few weeks to go until these guys are back on the track. Try to race every 3 weeks.
Every 3 weeks?
Every 3 weeks, and that keeps the car count up. It allows everybody to do that thing called life. You know?
Yeah.
Because these guys are all running real jobs. You know, nobody's out here running Lucas Oil Modified for their you know, that's not how they're making a living.
Right.
They're making a living so they can come racing.
Yeah.
Which is just about everything, right? That is true. That is true. Lenny White, Dave RC, those guys are in the racing industry. So, but
Right.
still.
Yeah. But like, if you were one of those drivers, you would still be working a regular job.
If I was one of those drivers, I'd drive and go to a beach and go, I got a crew, man. I'm going to go work on my suntan so I look good in promo pictures.
I like that.
I'm gonna smile, I'm going to kiss babies and order another Mai Tai.
I like that.
I want somebody to bring them to me and catch a plane, got to go race a car. That's how I do it. But that's why I don't race cars.
I don't race cars because they don't let me.
I mean, I love racing cars. Don't get me wrong.
They'd rather have me up here talking and making a fool of myself at times.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll join you here in the spa. The bubbles do that to you up here in the announcing booth. I'll tell you what.
Oh, boy.
Wes Miller's still leading this thing. And again, this is, we're not to our caution mark yet to where we would go single file. But our flagman Chuck Taylor down there looks like he's giving it a 1 to go.
Chuck Taylor?
Chuck Taylor.
Wow.
Yes, sir. He's flagged here. He's flagged here a lot.
I need to talk to him afterwards.
Yeah. He doesn't have any free shoes. So
No,
if you were hoping to get some Converse.
He has the first name that I have.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But you're not wearing Converse either. Well, we're going back to green. Wes Miller, I don't know what kind of shoes he has on. I'm sure they're racing shoes. They're
pretty
proven.
sure.
You know, there's probably a fire rating on those shoes. In fact, I'm sure of it because you have to have it. Look at Scott Winters on the outside. Thought
Stacking
he was going to
up.
make it work. They
Wow.
stacked him. Miller stacked it right into Partridge. Partridge got right into the front
He's
of
able
White.
to save it, though.
White loaded up. And we stay green. Wow, that was an interesting chain of events there. No, now we go yellow as they got caught up back in the field. That was, let's see, Eddie Secord and Travis Thurkettle that were around in 3 and 4.
Wow.
Well, okay, let's see what race control says about this, how they're going to reset that melee. Here comes the replay at you, Lucas Oil Racing TV. Winters was making a good move on the outside. I think maybe either Miller didn't see him or was just wondering what the 9 was going to do because the 9 was about to eat him up too. Fortunately, Scott Winters' brakes were working decently there.
Sure.
The 24.8 last season was running. He was running a championship season. Had an issue like that in Madera on the back straightaway. Just wrecked that modified. Knocked him right out of contention. It was a bummer.
Wow.
I call him the stalker, Scott Winters, because I watched that man. He will sit 4th, 5th, 6th, and he'll just watch. He'll just watch. He'll just watch it. He'll just watch it. And all of a sudden, he's up front. You go, what did he do? Because he was stalking him. And
Yeah.
he's just, boom, right to the front. It's amazing what he can do when his car's right. Granted, he's an engineer in his day job, so he thinks a little different than you and I. But that guy is smart behind the wheel. And you can look at his portfolio and see all the championships he's won. It's fun to watch Scott Winters in the 24.8.
All right. I'll keep an eye on him.
Lenny White's going to keep an eye on him if he's going to be right there in front of him. Lenny White having a good season. First time winner here in the Lucas Oil Modifieds at Havasu. He was stoked. He said this was his Mount Everest was to win a Lucas Oil Modified, you know, get a win. He knows he's good enough to be with us, and it was just bugging him. But I'll tell you what, last year, the year before, we were in Tucson, Race day, Lenny White called, talked to the officials. He left here at Colton at like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. He got to Tucson, which is not a short haul from here.
No.
Made it to the back gate, got his modified in, ran the B. We put him in at the B at the back. He ran a few laps and something broke or he had an issue or whatever. But you know what? He still had a smile at the end of that night and said, you know what? I made it. And you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to start winning.
For sure.
And he doesn't have the, as I call them, his sexy rims. He's got some black or some red rims that he'll put on sometimes. They look sexy on that race car. I'm telling you, those are sexy red rims. Whoa, man.
I've seen some red rims around here.
Well, his look really good on that race car. That's all I'm saying. I don't know what they're doing right or what shade of red that is, but they look really good when Lenny White throws them on. I think they're unlucky because I haven't seen him on the car since he's been so gosh darn good. I'm only assuming this, so don't shoot me, Lenny. But Lenny White's having a good season and continued success to that team and to all the teams. But especially, that the guys that have to, there's some work harder than others, and that's one of the hardest working teams in the pits. And he also helps out other drivers, and that's huge. That says a lot about a man when you can help out your competitors to, hey, get a car that's worth getting out there with us.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I see some.
It looks like a sheet metal
damage.
flapping there on the 4X.
Yeah, that's Doug Ham having some sheet metal issues there. The 34, that is the Forfas, but it's a little shorter to tow your vehicle. 10 minutes for the Forfas as opposed to the 4 hours and change for Doug Ham.
Yeah.
Hopefully, a piece of that race car doesn't fall off on the 15 freeway somewhere on its way back to Vegas.
Hopefully, it survives tonight too.
Hopefully. We shall see.
That's the first step, right?
Yes. It's a 12-step process. I'll tell you what, the Orange Show is looking as beautiful as I've ever seen it on LucasOilRacing.tv. This is a nice-looking racetrack in HD.
Yes. I'm loving that view.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You got the palm trees in the back there.
It looks inviting at night.
And we have a spa.
Yes, the spa. And again, this is bring your own towel.
Yes.
To the spa in the announcing booth because we don't have any extras.
Nope, never.
Nope. I think Rod Proctor took the last one we had.
Yes,
so,
he did.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay.
He took the last one. I still need to talk to him about that, though.
Yeah, big thanks to our friends at Lone Mart. And I've said before, they're awesome. They can get you $2,500 to $50,000 the same day with an auto title loan. I don't know if they give me $50,000 for my, late 90s Chevy.
Will they give me $50,000 for my little Chevy Cruze?
But once it gets out of the shop. Yeah, big thanks to Lucas Oil Products, ProtectTheHarvest.com, MAV TV, Hoosier Tire West, Sunoco Race Fuels, Aero Racing Wheels, ASI Racewear, 5-star stock car bodies and race car bodies, Frank's Radios, Racing Plus, Park Pumper Helmets, EFI University, Joe's Racing Products. We are back to green. Wes Miller likes it we're back to green. Let's see if Partridge's car is going to get a little angry after that. Sometimes a modified doesn't necessarily like to get bumped into and jacked around.
No, it doesn't.
Most open wheel cars don't like to do that at all. Nope. But Partridge in the 9 seems like that car's doing just fine. And if it's not doing fine, he knows the fix for it because it's not jogging, it's not crab walking, it's not stepping out on him. We'll see as Matthew Hicks, the rebel from Lakeside, California, down there in the San Diego area, sitting third, and he's going to push the envelope because he's got Dylan Capello in the 11 behind him.
Yes.
On the outside now, Lenny White is Scott Winters. Winters was thinking about he had Tellstrom coming real quick up underneath him, thought better of the move, strategically moved himself back into line. That's going to be for 6th position. They are single file all the way back to the way back, so those guys can get that figured out at the back of the field.
Yeah, so far I'm seeing that obviously the inside lane is the preferred line, and that second line just will not come in at all. I mean, you get out there and you get freight train.
Yeah, in a quick fashion too. We may see if we get a lap car issue as the field catches itself, maybe being here at only lap 25. We still got 75 laps to run. That could come into where an upper groove may be a choice, but that's not really necessarily a groove. It might just be an avenue that opens up later in the race. We'll see. There's plenty of racing room up there.
Well, yeah, plenty. It's just nobody's up there. Because
yeah.
if you get out of line, you get freight trained.
Yep, in a quick heartbeat. That's one of the things that happens in the Lucas Oil Modified Series presented by Lone Mart.
So you can catch a guy, but passing him is a different story.
Oh, yeah, because you still need those Hoosiers at lap 89. You don't win this thing at 56. You don't win it at 70. You got to go the full 100 laps here. Oh, and Partridge had about enough of Miller. Miller goes around. Hicks made a very nice move. So did Capello as it happened right in front of him. The pole sitter for the main event here at Orange Show Speedway this evening in the Lucas Oil Modifieds main event has spun in 4. And it looks like, you know what, maybe the 9 had about enough of that.
Yes.
And you know what?
I think the 9 probably...
It happens sometimes. Let's take a replay look here at LucasOilRacing.tv. Oh, no, it looks like maybe Wes Miller just slowed down there because...
looking at that, it looks like the leader just slowed down.
Yeah, something, it was going a little fast. And again, if you've never driven a race car, I can't really explain the feeling of as it's breaking loose, the things you think. And if I could put it into words, I couldn't say them here because there's a lot of expletives that happen there. All in about a second, too. Here we see. Yeah, see, and Partridge, according to what I'm seeing at the replay, it just looks like the 87 was a little bit slow as the field was coming at full speed.
Exactly.
Great job by all of the drivers up front. Again, that's a testament to the attributes and abilities that these drivers have in this series.
And unfortunately, it doesn't look like the 87 is going to get off.
Well, he's been having start problems all night, so he probably needs another push.
Yep.
Same car has had starter issues all evening. For those of you watching, you're thinking, what, you push truck them like a sprint car? No, but they can easily be bump started. Got some action back in the pits. That looks like the 4X of Doug Ham. They're checking some sheet metal damage back there. Looking at Lucas Oil Racing TV, we got cameras back there. That is the 4X for sure.
That was the one that was having the sheet metal flat.
Yeah, he sure did. And I don't think they're going to have much to have fall off the 15 freeway now.
Nope.
Looks like there was a little bit of little pull it away from the tire, and Doug Ham should be joining us back on the track here momentarily. So the 87 was running up front, was running good. Now, the rule here in Lucas Oil Modified Series is if you are involved in the yellow, you are the cause or you are just involved in it, you go to the back. You go to the back. Here's one more look. And yeah, it looked, I mean, we've now seen this up here in the booth for you folks in the stands. We've seen this about 4 times now. And again, it just looks like the 87 slowed way down for some reason.
Both those cars are obviously fast, so you think they'll be able to get back up there?
I think if Wes Miller's car isn't hurt too bad and he's still got enough camber and toe in and toe out that's enough to handle that modified, he might be able to get it up there. It's fast enough for sure, but that might have hurt. That might have hurt, you know, and it might have, you know, spotted a little flat spot on those Hoosiers. The Hoosiers will put up with a little bit of flat spot. They don't really heat cycle as some other series tires do. So they're a little forgiving, but really not too much. Here's a fun fact about Hoosier tires. Every Hoosier racing tire is assembled by a woman.
Wow.
Because Hoosier Tire figured out a lot of years ago that women put together tires better than men for some reason.
Interesting.
And every Hoosier racing tire is assembled by a woman.
Interesting.
Yes, sir.
I did not know that.
Well, hey, that's why
You're here.
Mike's Fun Facts. That's right. Or we can call it Flanders Fun Facts too. You know, I don't think my dad does that. Flanders Fun Facts here, Lucas Oil Modified Series.
That's a website.
It could be. It could be. So it looks like I think Matthew Hicks is going to be maybe our new leader, right? He should be according to my rule book, but my rule book doesn't matter.
I don't know.
They got the cone outs. No, they don't have the cone outs. So it is going to be a Delaware restart. Matthew Hicks, the leader, stands alone. Capello second behind him. Lenny White on the outside of him. Winters behind Capello. And Taylor Minch up there at 14, still hanging strong in the top 5. We are back to green. We are at lap 27 as they take the green again. Matthew Hicks leading them down, coming out of 4. The 11 of Capello. Dylan Capello now to second. Lenny White to third. Lenny White on the outside. He's got Scott Winters up underneath him. Winters probably is. Oh, no. Winters is going to whoa up there to let him back in. I don't think that was on purpose per se, but it was nice, clean racing. Taylor Mitch now trying to get a little bit of that love from Winters the other direction, but now Mitch is stuck back out there on the outside and chose to stay up there as he could have got behind. I believe that's going to be Kyle Tellstrom in the 89 going into 3. Didn't like it, but now has fallen into line. That's going to be 6th. Taylor Mitch in the 14 now falls in to 6th.
And we're single file.
Single file, yep, that's right. Fast Eddie Secord in the 35 now is the first car double file. That is going to be a battle for about 10th, 9th and 10th back there. Meanwhile, up front, the leaders now starting to stretch just a tad, but really nothing to run away about. Start updating your Facebook. Sometimes that happens.
Okay, interesting.
Oh, we got a little incident there.
Yeah.
So Partridge in the 9.
He's having a wild night.
And 4 for the 4th in the 34. Well, now I bet that 9 is definitely upset, but Partridge thinks it's still raceable.
Right.
Of course Partridge does. I'd still be racing too. Is it running? Is it turning? Let's go.
If it's running and turning, it has full
Then,
still rotate.
then it's on me as the
Let's
driver,
do it.
right? Yeah. Wes Miller here on the front stretch. I know that's an 87, but it looks like a 67 due to the damage there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's yeah, that's gonna need some help there. Well, mercy, mercy, mercy. My, how the evening has progressed. Still not quite sure what was going on back.
Not quite sure what happened.
Yep, you know, sometimes that happens. I think that was that happening.
Yeah.
We can still see the Sunrise Ford decal there on the rear quarter panel of Partridge's 9.
A little bit. It says, yeah.
It's got a crinkle to it.
It's like sunrise.
It's rising. The
Yes.
fender is rising.
Exactly.
Sunrise Ford.
And you know, they're just down the street in Fontana. I
Yes,
believe.
yes. That's like saying,
Just down the freeway.
oh, I went by Rotolo Chevrolet the other day, and I remember Mariano Rotolo.
Yeah.
You know, for those of you who aren't from Southern California, there was this guy, Mariano Rotolo, has Rotolo Chevrolet in Fontana, California, still there. And he was the funniest little guy to see come up and sing a Chevy song.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, I didn't even know. I don't think Chevy even knows how many songs that Mariano Rotolo sung. But hey, that's a Southern California thing.
I remember watching those commercials.
At Rotolo Chevrolet. And he was the first guy, I think, to do jazz hands.
That's where I bought my cars.
And, well, we won't talk about
Yeah, we can talk about
it.
We got a race to talk about.
That was the 2016, right? 2016 Cruise you've got now, right?
No, 2013.
No, you're driving a 2016 right now, right?
Driving a 2016.
How do you like it?
It's all right.
Oh, okay. But you're still a Chevy guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's all Mariano Rotolo wanted. He just wanted to be a Chevy.
Exactly.
You know, he just, hey.
But hey, we got a race to talk about.
We do. We are getting lost in the history again. But you know what? I can't talk about this in Salt Lake. You know, you say Mariano Rotolo in Salt Lake City, and they go, who? Well, you know, you got to use your Flanders fun facts. All right, race control is reloading their shotguns in case there's another yellow. All right, so we hear from race control that Honest Abe is off for the night because we have hit 5 cautions.
He's gotten tired.
Yeah, I think Honest Abe might need a spa day tomorrow. Yeah.
Honest Abe is done.
Honestly, Honest Abe is done for the evening. Yes,
He is going to the grave.
He has served his purpose well. Yes.
He is doing something tonight.
Yeah, he's laying down in the back of the truck right
Yeah.
now. You know?
In pieces, actually. So.
Yeah, hey, it happens. This is the 7th of 10 races that are going to determine the series champion. And we've had new winners. We've had a couple of repeats. I believe Lenny's got 2 this year. But Lenny did win our first one. Hicks finished 2nd. Taylor Mitch was 3rd. Ryan Partridge won in Tucson. Hicks was 2nd. Hicks has not finished out of the top 10 all season.
Wow.
Travis Thurkettle won at Irwindale when we were out here in April. Lenny White, he did win in Vegas in May.
Okay.
Kyle Tellstrom in the 89, he won in Madera, and Lenny White was second. Scott Winters, he won at our last race, Rocky Mountain Raceway. Beautiful racetrack if you've never been there. And a great booth, too. They have a pool, a spa, and a snack bar.
Wow.
And a really nice guy named Joe who brings you drinks. Really a nice guy there. Punch It Chicken, that's
Back
right.
to Green Flag Racing here at Orange Show Speedway.
Matthew Hicks, the Rebel out front. He's got Lenny White behind him. Dustin Tilbury made it 3 wide coming out of 2. They're 3 wide going into 3. Doug Ham brought it back down to make it double, but they're still having issues at the back. Everybody's going forward. That's what we like to see. Matthew Hicks, Dylan Capello, Lenny White, your top 3. Scott Winters in the 24 running 4th. Taylor Minch in that 4T is 5th. And they're bumping and banging behind him back there in about 8th and 9th. Look like Kyle Klein in the 98. Oh, man, and it's Dustin Tilbury.
And the 4 goes around.
Yeah, Tilbury
And the 4
was bouncing. He got up into the cord.
And it looks like
Blake Rogers is over there again, as he's had 2 issues now this race. That's a bummer for that team.
And is that the 4?
And the 4X is back there again. That is Doug Ham, who we had seen him earlier go back and had the sheet metal damage that we were talking about. Now we'll see what race.
There's more sheet damage now.
I think there is a little bit more. Yeah. That's. Now, if I'm not mistaken, lap counts are the yellow flag laps don't count first. When we have the cone out. Now they start counting.
Really?
I believe.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. Well, that happens. I think maybe 1 or 2 more cautions. It's not been announced yet, but that is in our rule book.
That is in your rule
That is in our rule book. So, hey, sometimes the announcer gets ahead of himself. That's all right. I put on my running shoes.
And we are going red flag.
Okay, we're going red. And we're going to go red because there is a medical emergency in the pits. So we're going to red flag the race and let that happen. LucasOilRacing.tv, this is a good time to go ahead and get yourself something to drink, something to eat. We will be back with you in about 2 minutes at LucasOilRacing.tv, coming back to San Bernardino, California. LucasOilRacing.tv, good to have you back at the Lone Mart Superfast 100, presented by E3 Spark Plugs this evening here at the infamous Orange Show Speedway in beautiful San Bernardino, California. For those of you just joining us wondering, where is San Bernardino, California? We're about 60 miles east of LA. And I'm sure you've heard of this town here in the last year. That was unfortunate, but you know what?
We're here to have.
We are here to have some fun. The town is bouncing back. You guys are awesome here in the stands. Give yourselves a round of applause. I mean, you guys are awesome tonight.
Sure, you guys are awesome.
It's cooled down. It's a great night for racing. I mean, the cars have got to like the weather. The people have got to like the weather.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Back at my house, it's storming. We got thunder, lightning, and rain in the middle of the desert. That happens in monsoon season. Very, very good. Very good. All right, and for you folks at LucasOilRacing.tv, we do have a feature here popping up for you on the 87 of Mr. Wes Miller.
Well, we're somewhat of a new team with a lot of experience. So this is the first full year for Creven racing for Mike Creven, his team owner. He's been in racing for a lot of years now, 2-3 decades. So he's got a lot of years. Myself, I've been racing for 25 years, started on the dirt. Got 4 championships. We've won a lot of races over the years, mostly in modifieds and some late model stuff. We just have a lot of experience, and a lot of it was family, and that's kind of what we want to get back to. We have my family and my brother, and then Mike Creven and his brother, and we just like to have a good time, and that's what this year is. We're building a team now to make something better for the future. 5150 Energy Drink is a local-based company where I live, and they do a lot in our local community to help families with autism. They organize a lot of activities and fundraisers and events to help raise money. They've raised near $1 million for families with autism lately, and me personally, my son has autism. He's an adult now, he's 23 years old, going to college, got a lot of help, and that happened because of organizations like this that help families, in that way. Carlos Vieira, the owner of 5150, he takes it very personal, that company, and what he does. He does it because it makes him feel good, and it makes me feel good as well. all sponsors are important, but this one is, to me, seems to have a little more importance to everybody. If there's anybody that wants to help the cause for the Race for Autism or autism awareness, to check into the Carlos Vieira Foundation online. We do a lot of good with Families for Autism, and it's not just Families for Autism, it's everybody in the community in general. So they do a lot of good for people.
You met him earlier, puts up $10,000 to win. So if you want to bring out anything you got, and you can go 300 laps in a figure-8 race, you could win $10,000.
Holy moly.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot more than they pay the announcers, even us union guys. I mean, we just unionized today, but
Yes.
I mean, that happens. 4X for you folks that were seeing it live on TV, LucasOilRacing.tv, and for you folks in the stands, Doug Ham, and the 4X is now done. He has been pulled back to the pits. The modifieds are starting back up here. You know, Lenny White is the only two-time winner this season. He's got his victory in Havasu and Las Vegas. He's also one of the 3 first-time winners. Others are Ryan Partridge and Travis Thurkettle this year. Shelby Strobel, he was tuning up for this event by winning just about everything that could be won last weekend in Meridian, Idaho. Shelby, who is in the 24 Lone Mart car. Shelby was the fast qualifier. He won the heat race. Then he started on the back row in a 16-car field, and he won the main event. And to make it even more enjoyable, it was the Alan Strobel Open, and that is an event that recognizes his late father, who was a heck of a racer, as far as I understand it, up there in Idaho. And Ryan Partridge last week was at Evergreen Speedway in Washington with the K&N West Series.
Yes.
And he finished 5th. He stayed 2nd in the standings. He's only 12 points behind Todd Gilliland right now. And those guys, they race next week at Douglas County Speedway in Roseburg, Oregon. Fast Eddie Secord was up there too in the Northwest. He is from Oak Hills, which is just on the top of the Cajon Pass up here. He's a 2-time champ in the Northwest Pro Alliance Series, Pro 4. He got a 3rd in the Pro 4 Alliance 100 on the Super Oval at Spokane County Raceway in Spokane, Washington.
Alrighty.
Dylan Capello, on the other hand, who's sitting 2nd, the Prince of Peoria. Capello is with the Cherry Valley Bow Hunters for their annual Big Bear Shoot at Jenks Lake. That was earlier this month. Capello said he was in a 3D archery class of about 40 people. They shot at 60 3D targets, and Capello finished 13th and had a blast doing it.
Sweet. I like that.
Yeah, I know right where that's at. I've caught a lot of fish at Jenks Lake. Lots of fish at Jenks Lake. It's not hard at Jenks Lake. It's hard in Lake Havasu, but I catch a lot of fish there too. So I live there. Oh yeah, okay, we're not talking about fishing tonight. We are talking about Lucas Oil Modifieds. We're talking about a lot of stuff.
Yes, we are.
You know, Chuck, Chuck says we can talk about everything but popcorn and shoe shining tonight. I said, that's your only rules? That's what the man said. This is his booth. I'm just here having a good time. No, really, he didn't say that. He said the only 2 things we can't talk about is Tab Soda and He-Man cartoons. That's really what he said.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I was there. That was at the drivers' meeting just before the announcers unionized this afternoon.
Yes.
Yes.
I think it was at 5 o'clock.
It was. We're back to green. Matthew Hicks said, let's get it on. Hopefully, Mr. Rogers at the back got the call in his spotter that said, hey, we're going again, buddy. But you know what? Blake will get it. His brother Rocket Brock Rogers runs a Bandolero. So the Rebel leading the Prince of Peoria, and Lenny White back there in 3rd says, do not think I don't know what I'm doing. Scott Winters. Now, we called him the stalker earlier. I call him the stalker Scott Winters because, again, like I said, he will sit back there, wait for the guys in front of him to make a mistake, and pounce. He pounces in a big fashion, and he does it quickly, too. Still Hicks now catching up to Blake Rogers there in the 4. Capello's got a mirror full of Lenny White, and Lenny White's got a mirror full still of Scott Winters. Scott Winters can't do much of nothing because he's got Taylor Minch and Kyle Tellstrom right behind him. Now Taylor Minch, like we talked about earlier, is sitting 3rd. Tellstrom is sitting 4th in points going into tonight's event. And now Hicks has a nice lead on the second place Dylan Capello. Let's see if we can give you a rough estimate. Oh, a second and change. So now they're kind of getting spread out and back. All right. Hey, Chuck's back. All right. Sometimes there's technical difficulties. Hey, we're a union, so we know how to fix it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, this announcers union. We should start a Facebook page or something. The Orange Show Speedway Announcers Union.
Yes.
I don't know what we.
I think I might start that.
Maybe there's a sticker we can apply, or I don't know.
I'll figure it out. I'll do my research.
Okay.
I'll get back to you.
I expect maybe a card when we come back next year, like an official. I'll sign it, whatever.
Okay.
Make it official. Like,
all right.
because see, I'm a member of the Fraternal Order of Eagles, so if we can hand out a card, I'm sure us unionized announcers can figure out what to do.
Yeah, for sure. So we're on lap 45 of how many laps?
See, we're already figuring it out. Oh, they're running? Oh, yes, they are running tonight. 46 of 100 laps. That leaves us 53 laps to go here at the beautiful Orange Show Speedway in downtown San Bernardino, California, for the Lone Martin Superfast 100 presented by E3 Spark Plugs this evening. And again, you want to increase your miles per gallon in your vehicle. You want a little more power. You want some more oomph. You want your Yugo to feel like a Lucas Oil modified. Okay, maybe not your Yugo, maybe your Peugeot. But I tell you what, put an E3 Spark Plug set in there. You will not be disappointed. You will not at all. And I just put it under, a good 600 miles or so, and my wallet is so happy. Yours will be too.
Okay, I like that.
Hey?
So my wallet will be happy too, right?
Yeah, it'll be happier.
I like that.
Yeah, that's how we go. All right, well, Eric Hamilton is turning into, people are trying to get around to Hamilton. He's a lap car down. He's been down for a little bit here. But they're told in the driver's meeting to go high here at Orange Show Speedway as the preferred line is on the bottom.
And contact between the 98 and the
Kyle Klein.
17.
And it looked like Dustin Tilbury in the 17D, who had issues earlier. Maybe it's that new age. He just had a birthday last week. So maybe he's still partying. I don't know.
Maybe.
I partied long time until my birthdays. Matthew Hicks, though, if you're on Instagram, now's the time to check it, because Matthew Hicks should be updating his Instagram to say, leading this pack, I'm relaxed, I'm chilling. I told him I was going to win it again because he won it here last year. Just over, coincidentally, the guy who's running second, Lenny White. But they weren't that close, and it was Lenny White was in front of the Rebel last year about this point.
Right.
So is Lenny going to be sitting there going, I'd like to see a repeat of last year, but I'm behind you this time? Or
I was going to say, could it be second verse same as the first?
It could, because Hicks knows what setup to bring here to the Orange Show Speedway. So does Lenny White, though.
Right.
Exactly. Lenny White, for you folks who aren't familiar, lives and works about 5 minutes from the track. He's just down the way. So
exactly.
None of these guys really, aside from some of the out-of-state guys, they have raced here before. They understand this is a nice, tight track. And again, from turns 1 and 2 to 3 and 4, what do you want to watch? Currently, TV, Lucas Oil Racing TV, is watching the 4T. That's Taylor Mitch in 5th, and Tellstrom right behind him. Tellstrom's been behind Mitch most of the night. I haven't seen the 89 really hook up well tonight. But Tellstrom is one of those guys who will sit back and wait, because he understands you don't win a 100 lapper at lap 50 as we're almost coming up to.
Exactly.
You need those Hoosiers underneath you, and we should start seeing some bigger moves. I would say probably around, maybe another 30 laps or so.
Okay.
Because after about 70 laps or so, you really got to pick and choose how much of those Hoosiers you're going to use up.
Exactly.
You don't have a whole lot left. But you got enough to do what you need to do if you've been strategically working your tires well under your car. Assuming everything in a perfect world, everything's fine.
Right.
But we shall see. Dustin Tilbury moving farther back as he's getting lapped. And that's going to be a long tow back. There's another small, hard-working team here in the Lucas Oil Modified Series. Matthew Hicks putting on little bit of a clinic right now, but he's getting up into lap traffic. He's getting up into William Guevara in the 55. There's Wes Miller, who was leading this thing, the pole sitter for the A-main here this evening. And they get by him. Lenny White now has caught up to Matthew Hicks, and he's within half a car length. Now he's on the back bumper. You folks at home watching Lucas Oil Racing TV, you see that. It's coming right at you. Folks in the stands, there's so much to watch. Hey, just pick and choose where you want to go.
Exactly. I don't even know what to watch right now. So.
And that's half the fun of Lucas Oil Modified Series presented by Loanmart. If you haven't seen us live, come out to a track when we are close to you. We will show you a good show, guaranteed. There at Hamilton in the 11H, still slow in the backstretch. I would not be surprised if maybe something's going terminal on that car, or it's just so towed out. But it looks a little upset, especially at 3 and 4. But hey, you know what? It's had some issues tonight. Leaders are coming up on him as Matthew Hicks coming into 3 and 4. And now by the start-finish line, this is going to start lap 66.
Yep.
And Hicks got a little loose there, coming out of 2. The apex got him, and now White is right there on his back bumper. These guys should race each other pretty gosh darn clean.
White's just he's just waiting to pounce on him.
Exactly.
Just waiting for that mistake to happen, because he will pounce if the leader makes a mistake.
Oh yeah, and he's waiting and he's waiting. Now we talked about stocking here. Capello, who's running 3rd right now, Dylan Capello out of Peoria, Arizona, is running about a second behind second place Lenny White right now. Lenny White and Matthew Hicks running pretty darn close to the same time, as Hicks has the position, and he's got Fast Eddie Secord on the outside, as now White's going to try to get under Secord, who had issues on the last yellow that we had out, was involved in that melee.
Yep.
Partridge, I think the 9 is definitely needing a wax job later.
Yes,
because it's having some issues. It needs to go a little faster, but you know what? What happens when it gets wrecked and spun around? You know?
I'll just go to his house and I'll just take a hammer to it and start fixing it.
Or maybe some cookies.
Yeah.
Taking some
Cookies
warm
and
chocolate chip cookies.
And milk.
And milk, yeah. See, the milk is what makes it.
Yes.
Getting underneath Forfa the 4th. Tony Forfa the 4th in the 34. Lap traffic now. So now Dylan Capello has 2 lap cars in front of him as he's working around the lap car of William Guevara currently. Dylan Capello sitting 3rd. He's got Taylor Minch right behind him in the 4th position, and Taylor Minch has still Scott Winters sitting back there in 5th. Now Winters comes in with a 1-point lead tonight, and I don't think he's going to leave with that point lead.
I was going to say,
the way that it's lined up now. But it's still going to be tight. This is still probably one of the best, if not the best season statistically that Lucas Oil Modifieds have ran. I did see an article the other day written by Jim Short, our PR guy, and I do believe that this is the most competitive as far as we've had more different winners, a tighter field on an average. This is top-notch racing, folks. Top-notch racing at the grassroots level, almost grassroots level. I was watching this series before they were Lucas Oil Modified Series. They were the River City Modifieds.
River City Modifieds?
And they ran between Blythe, California at I-10 Lucas Oil Speedway and Havasu 95 Speedway. When this series started, there were like 6 cars, maybe 8, and they ran 4 or 6 races for their season, 3 at Havasu, 3 at Blythe. They just split it between the 2. And it is now turned into the Lucas Oil Modified Series. And one thing that Lucas Oil we're proud of is that this is the only in-house race season or race series built in-house at Lucas Oil. Everything else has been absorbed.
Right.
So we're really proud of that fact too.
Yeah.
Thanks, Forrest. We appreciate that. Forrest Lucas, heck of a guy. Heck of a guy. 87. Wes Miller is now on the pit, and we got trouble in turn 2. And we've got Dustin Tilbury in 3. That's the 17D. You folks at home on Lucas Oil Racing TV are seeing Dustin Tilbury right there. And then that's the 3 of William Camara in the 3. Camara, one of our Northern California drivers. I believe he runs also the North Series, the The modified Norths. I forget what they are. I think they may be the Twisted T modifieds up there. They run pretty much the same rule book we do. Those are fine folks up there. A lot of modifieds up north in Northern California. Lots of modifieds. I mean, they're getting like 30 cars. You know, they run with us when we go up there and run. We love to have those guys. They love jumping in with us too because everybody's pretty much on the same rule book. You can, you know,
Right, yeah.
there's nothing really different aside from stickers.
Yeah, I would have to imagine that's the only difference.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. Beautiful moon there, LucasOilRacing.tv.
Yes.
Always looks good in HD.
Not a full moon, though.
No.
Not a full moon.
Oh, I can smell that up here in the booth. Smell that?
Yes.
Gear oil. There's nothing like some rear end oil that go, oh, that's 80, 90. Ooh, that's ooh. There's nothing like that smell.
Fun stuff.
That's right. I'm sure you folks down here in the stands are getting a nice mouthful of that. It's not just a scent, it's an experience.
Yes, exactly. And I can tell you, I don't know how many times I've smelled that up here in my little office.
Yes. And for you teenagers who thought you were going to wear that gear oil eau de toilette to the prom, I would suggest you don't.
Yeah.
Not even if you're going,
Don't
even if Danica is your date, don't wear the gear oil aftershave.
She's taken.
Well,
taken, so.
yeah, but somebody might put a YouTube up. And Danica, would you go to the prom with
Very
me?
true.
I
Very true.
don't have. I went to 3 proms. I'm not even lying. I went to mine. Mine was the last one I went to, and those are all schools that are here in this valley. That's right.
Well, you are a local boy. So
I am a local boy.
welcome back
That's right.
home.
Yes, it is. And my homies, I got some old friends that are here in the stands. Old Sam Bradley out there somewhere sitting with his family.
Well, I have a whole bunch of friends in the stands. One of my friends, the owner of Pinnacle Peak Steakhouse, he's here.
Oh, yes. Oh, Pinnacle Peak Steakhouse. Heck yeah. I lost a few ties in there a year or two.
Yep.
That's half the fun.
And really good steak.
Oh. Man.
It's the best.
My mouth is watering. My brain's trying to put words to it. And then now my brain is watering because it's just so gosh darn. I love Pinnacle Peak Steakhouse. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm so glad they're having continued success.
Yes.
Because that's been a staple since I was a kid here in the valley,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And my grandparents, they had a heavy equipment business in Colton, just down the street from there, right next to the Arrowhead Water distribution plant.
So I got a question for you.
Okay, I probably have an answer.
If I really needed money, where can I go?
I will tell you, I have some awesome friends. Get your phone, call 1-800-LOAN-MARK. They'll hook you up. I tell you what, you got it. And I know you have an auto title. So you call them up. The nice folks there will walk you through all the steps that you need. They make it painless. It's as easy as a Geico insurance claim.
A Geico insurance claim.
It's as easy as that, because I'll tell you what, I've had to make a few of those. Geico's been my insurance for a lot of years, and the few times I've had to use them, they have been absolutely wonderful, painless to deal with, painless. I love Geico insurance, and I'm glad they're part of Team Lucas.
I might just have to switch.
You know what? I've never had a problem. They have great rates. Geico insurance, if you need insurance, I know you've heard 15 minutes or more. You know what they can do. Give them a call. Check them out. Also, big thanks to General Tire, E3 Spark Plugs, Optima Batteries, Carlisle Tools by Napa, Bilstein Shocks, Super Clean, 4-Wheel Parts, and Lone Mart. That is our Team Lucas affiliates there.
And we're not done racing after this, are we?
No, there is a barber pole race after this. Had I known, I wouldn't have shaved. Because there's 2 barber poles. This is going to get interesting too. I can't wait to see that. That's what a 10-lap race or
15.
15 laps. Yes.
15 laps, and it's just a nightmare
Oh,
for me
good.
up here. I get dizzy.
Well, hey, I'll get dizzy with you too up here. That should be fun. Big thanks again.
Dizzy in the jacuzzi.
It will be busy in the jacuzzi. That's right.
Dizzy.
And that's without the bubbles. The 98 is getting towed off back there to the pits by the Lucas Oil banner back there. Big thanks to Lucas Oil Products, ProtectTheHarvest.com, MAV TV, Hoosier Tire West, Sunoco Race Fuels, Aero Racing Wheels, ASI Racewear, 5-Star Race Car Bodies, Frank's Radios, Racing Plus and Park Proper Helmets, EFI University, Joe's Racing Products, Scribner Plastics, Fast Easy EFI System, and DJ Safety. Punch it, chicken. The Rebels leading them. We are on lap 79 as Matthew Hicks takes him into turn 2. Lenny White is sitting second. Dylan Capello is sitting third. Taylor Mitch in the 4T is fourth. And Scott Winters sits in the 5th spot still. Now, Kyle Tellstrom is on the back bumper trying to get past Scott Winters. That's for 5th position.
So if you're sitting there in second place, such as Lenny White right now, when do you make your move?
If I'm Lenny White, when do I make my move? Now, that's a good question. As we're here on lap 81, we got 19 laps to go. I think Lenny White, if he's going to start making a move on Hicks, he needs to do it in the next 4 or 5 laps. If not, I think he's going to run out of time to do it, assuming Hicks keeps running the line he's running, and he's running perfect and hits his marks. Matthew Hicks messes up once, Lenny White's all over.
Okay.
But I think Hicks has enough experience here. He wants to be the back-to-back winner because he won here last year. I think if Lenny's got something for him, we're going to see it here in the next couple of laps.
Okay. Well, looks like he's trying to put the bumper right now.
Yeah, and Lenny thinks he's faster. They're allowed to move the guy over. Don't wreck him though.
Right.
Or exactly. else, and they both know that if they get involved in something like that, they're both going to the back. They're running up front. Those guys they're not stupid.
Right.
And they will run each other clean. Right now, Matthew Hicks leading this thing. LucasOilRacing.tv, good to have you folks with us on a Saturday night, or if you're watching it here on the archives, awesome to have you with us everywhere in the world, wherever you are at.
Awesome to see you.
If you're watching us on the space station, awesome to have you with us. Good to be aboard the space station. Lucas Oil Modifieds, we go universal. We go everywhere in the galaxy.
We are everywhere.
If you can stream it, you can find us here. That's right. Lap 87 is what our leaders are on now. As the leaders come out of turn 2, it is still Matthew Hicks, Lenny White, Dylan Capello, Taylor Mitch in the 4th position, the 4T. Scott Winters still sitting back there stocking in 5th position. With 12 laps to go, now here's where Lenny White's going to need to really turn it on. Capello, I don't think Capello has enough to get up to these guys.
Doesn't look like it. Looks like it's going to be between Lenny White and the 28 car.
Yeah, I think Capello's going to be really happy if he can sit right there and finish 3rd as far as points go. That'll be a good point for him and Garcia Racing, as he is on Garcia Race Team. They are out of Las Vegas. Mike Garcia holding it down, doing a good job. Mike Garcia does a lot for all of his racers. A good guy there, and it'd be a pleasure to be a part of his team if I was a driver. But still, the guy who you're trying to get by him, it's the Rebel, Matthew Hicks. Now he's going to get underneath Blake Rogers here. That's going to be a lap car. Blake Rogers, I believe, about 2 laps down now. I'm not official on that, but it really doesn't matter at the end, because if you're not first,
you're last.
That's right. I don't know who's chewing Big Red, but I'd say maybe it's Matthew Hicks. Lenny White cut turn 4 there, sharper than I've seen him cut it all night. Now White might be making whatever move he thought, but now he's got a solid car length between the two of them as they get out onto the straightaway. Even in the middle of 3 and 4, it's still half a car length that Hicks has the lead.
Right, but it's definitely go time. I mean, we're at lap 94.
Yes.
So we're definitely within go time.
Yep.
I'm not your friend anymore.
Aw, Chuck. I thought we were going to be friends.
Oh, you and I.
Oh, okay. I was worried, man.
I'm talking about the drivers.
I turned the bubbles back on in the spa, and now we can't be friends. I was going to take you off my Christmas card.
I'm talking about the driver.
Okay, good. That's good, because we really should be talking about that. Matthew Hicks still leading this thing.
Yes, he is.
If you had smell-o-vision at home,
boy.
The smells of short track Saturday night racing on a quarter mile is happening right now.
Oh, boy.
I wouldn't recommend using it as an air freshener for your personal vehicle. But Lenny White's still trying to figure out what he has left. He finished 2nd here last year behind, wait a minute, Matthew Hicks. That's right, there was a little mess up. Hicks got by White. Now White is hoping that the same thing happens to him here in the final laps. But I don't know if it's going to be happening, because Hicks is on a tear right now. Hicks is looking really solid. And when I talked to him before the race, he just turned around and goes, yeah, it's good. I go, how's it feel? He goes, oh, it's good. All right, that's all you had to say, buddy. Should see a white flag this time for the Rebel out of Lakeside, California. That's right.
1 to go.
1 to go here. Coming all the way up from San Diego County. Lyle Hunter Tax Service, Carlisle Tools, San Diego Engine Parts, Dave's Rear Ends, Lucas Oil, Frank's Radio. Your winner tonight, Matthew the Rebel Hicks, wins the Lone March Superfast 100 presented by E3 Spark Plugs. Oh yeah, he's happy. Lenny White's going to take second, Dylan Capella third, Taylor Mitch fourth, and Scott Winters just could not get out of that fourth and fifth spot. He was like vapor locked in there.
Yep.
And I will tell you what, we got us a new points leader in the Lucas Oil Modified Series. That would be the number 28, the Rebel, Matthew Hicks. Now the top three will come up here to the start-finish line. I took some pictures with him earlier down there with the quarter midget champ. Wow, that sounds really loud up here, doesn't it? Wow, those Lucas Oil microphones are awesome down on the track.
Yes, they are.
Now, Orange Show Speedway, you guys know this guy, and when he gets out of his car, I want to hear you guys go crazy, man. He raced awesome. That was really, really a smooth, nice race. Andy, you're close. You better have some confetti.
Modifieds. He's going to get some water. We'll give it up for him in a second. I'll come back and I'll interview from third, second, and then first. So third place in the number 11 car. He's climbing out. Give it up for Dylan Capello. Good job, Dylan, making your way up to the front. How'd it go tonight?
It wasn't bad. I thought we had a shot there when they got together. We got through there pretty clean. Man, how this season's gone, this feels like a win to us. Proud of the whole 28 team, you know, Hicks, their stand-up crew, and congratulations to them. I just want to thank my whole crew while I get the chance this year, man. This has been a tough year for our whole team. We've persevered, though. We've had fast race cars all year and no results to show for it. But I want to thank Jim, Dean, my crew chief, Kenny, Trip out here this weekend for helping us. Cruz wasn't here this weekend, but I want to thank him. My whole family, Sears Garage Doors, everybody for coming out. I know I have some family up in the stands and some friends, so thank you for coming. Everybody on the side of this car for helping. Bill Stein Suspension. Thank you to everybody for coming out, too.
Good job, Dylan Capello. Second place, one of our local guys. He comes around here and messes around with our late models. Mr. Lenny White, how'd it go?
Well, you know, it was just a tough battle. By the time I got through there, I didn't have the forward drive I needed to make anything happen. But with that said, I just couldn't do it without the guys that come here to support me. Power Grade Inc., Pinnacle Peaks, Parker Pumper Racing Plus, Swift Springs, man, just BMS Machine, Ron's Rear End, just everybody that helps me get here. Unlimited Landscaping, environmental regulatory. You know, tonight we were very fortunate enough to just have some partners come on board and make this weekend just a lot more a lot easier on the pocketbook, you know. So my hat's off to them. The fans, thank you. Man, when they did my introduction, you guys showed your support. I'm glad I can represent you guys. Thank you.
Lenny White, everyone. Colton, California, right down the street. We'll see if we're done with our TV interviews. For the second year in a row, number 28, Matthew Hicks. And the points leader as well, Matthew Hicks, getting a hug from Rod Proctor, our promoter. Mr. Hicks. He wants to get his wife down here for a picture. Soon to be wife?
Yeah, next week.
Next week you're getting married? All right, good job.
Thank you. First, I got to thank my dad, Jimmy Diggerson, for coming up. Jimmy, you came in one race and we get a win. I think you got to finish out the season with us, buddy. But Lone Mart for putting this race on, Bill Steven for the B main, Lucas Oil Modifieds, Lyle Hunter Tax Service, and San Diego Engine Parts, Dave Arcee. That's about it. Thank you, guys.
Good job. And your mom and your soon-to-be wife as well. And RCR Matthew Hicks, everyone. think we'll get a few more interviews out here. Not sure what the odds are. A small little bull ring like this with all the beating and banging, how a guy can come through 2 years in a row and win this race is beyond me. That was not an easy task for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely not an easy task at all. Not at all. And Matthew Hicks, the Rebel, made it look easy. Orange Show Speedway, another round of applause. The Rebel, Matthew Hicks, back to back. Here's your Bill Stein race recap for you folks at LucasOilRacing.tv. It's always awesome watching the Lucas Oil Modifieds take the green. Partridge was looking like
I thought he was
wrong
really
up
strong.
the 9, you know. Everybody was thinking, hey, Partridge's going to show up and stink up the competition
Exactly.
again. Last time he was with us, he won the thing. But no, that just proves that, you know what, you better show up and bring your A game and your A car. Lady White showing an awesome run there. Kyle Tellstrom, Taylor Minch were battling it out there. And then, of course, sometimes you just run out of real estate. There you had Wes Miller and the 9, or in the 87, the 9, they got into it. They had about enough of that. A little sheet metal love in there and some tubular steel moving. Still, Matthew Hicks was out front of this thing and didn't give it up once he got out front. He knows how to get around this track. He's done it efficiently before. Again, the 9 just was almost a magnet tonight.
Yes, it was.
Lenny White still was trying to get that good drive. He got a good run under Capello. That's why he finished second. It was a nice clean pass. Capello just couldn't get it up there.
No,
but hey, that's all right. That happens sometimes.
It's racing, so.
That is racing. Taylor Minch, Scott Winters just stuck back there in 4th and 5th, could not get out of that vacuum of some kind, but both of those guys, nice finishes on the end of the evening. But still, the guy to beat, and I'm telling you, you can probably check his Instagram, and he updated it on that back straightaway at the end of this.
Oh, yeah.
Matthew Hicks from Lakeside, California, brings it home, and he also takes over the point lead in the Lucas Oil Modified Series presented by Lone Mart with only a few races to go, and the points are tight.
Three races left?
3 races left. We go
Wow.
to Bakersfield, we go to Lake Havasu, and we go to Madera.
It's going to come down to the last lap.
It's going to come down to the final lap. I think it, like I said, this is the tightest that this series has been, and we're not going anywhere. You guys are going to be here in 2017. I'm going to be here in 2017, right?
I'll be here.
Yes, sir.
I'll have the jacuzzi all warmed up for you.
Andy's got fun track facts.
Yes, he does.
Oh, listen. We're going to have to check.
We're going to have to check.
Yeah, we're going to have to check
time
official
scoring.
scoring. We'll get you an answer to that real quick. Yes, we are trying to get that answer here momentarily. All right, you folks on Lucas Oil Racing TV, you're going to see another commercial, and stick with us. We got one more really cool race coming at you in about 2 minutes. Well, we're back on Lucas Oil Racing TV. That's right. Unfortunately, the Lone Mart Superfast 100 presented by E3 Spark Plugs didn't leave a big mess. That's awesome. You folks at LucasOilRacing.tv are back with us live here at Orange Show Speedway in San Bernardino, California. You could be here. You should be here. But if you're not, I'm glad you're watching at home.
Yes, very glad. Thank you for joining us all over the world.
Oh, okay. Now we need to tell the folks what this barber pole race is about.
So it's basically, see those 2 barber poles out there in the center? They will come across the start-finish line. They will dive down for that first barber pole that's in the middle of turns 1 and 2. They will go around that barber pole, one whole circle around. They will jet over in a straight line way across the one over to turn 3 and 4.
Oh.
And they will go around that one entire circle around it. And then they will jet back up here to the start-finish line. And that is 1 lap. And we have 15 of those.
So it's like the Orange Show Pocono.
Yes.
Oh, okay. With barber pole. I like what you guys are doing here.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward. This is my first barber pole event anywhere.
And you see the barber pole cars sitting there waiting to come on the track. Jessica Welsh in the number 22 Butler Racing.
There's some Jessica Welsh fans down there, right?
Oh, yeah. And she is currently second in points. 23 points out of first behind Steve Belling in the 25 car, who's your points leader.
Oh, see, this is real official. You guys have points and everything.
Yes,
oh,
we
wow.
do have points.
Okay. See, and I say that because sometimes when you go to a racetrack and they run a special event, they don't keep track. This is cool. This is cool. How many points do you get if you win?
Not too sure on that one myself. I would have to look that up.
Okay.
So barber pole cars are on the track now. Get ready for some exciting, confusing racing. If you're watching at home on your app, you see the barber pole points right now. Steve Belling in first, Jessica Welsh in second, Stanley Youngblood in third, Bill Markloff in fourth, Jason Young in fifth, Dave Fair in sixth, Melissa Youngblood in seventh, Wiley Whiteley in eighth, and ninth and 10th.
It's been a long night. It's been a long night. It was hot early. You know, that's just how it goes sometimes.
Yes.
LucasOilRacing.tv. I think this may be the first barber pole event we've had.
Wow.
Groundbreaking right now. It's going to happen. Are you
honored.
ready?
I feel honored.
Okay. I feel honored too because it's happening here at the Orange Show, you know?
This one's a crazy one for me to call, so bear with me.
I mean, that one up front looks like it's out of, like Mad Max or something. I like it.
The 44?
Is that a pink light
Yes.
thing on the side?
It looks like it is.
Oh, and it changes. Oh, this is not your grandma's barber pole racing.
And if you look on the side of this side of the 43, you'll see a little mascot.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What is that mascot? What exactly is that? Is that Woody Woodpecker?
I do believe it is Woody Woodpecker on the side.
Okay. Well.
So, should be a wild race. My apologies if I get confused on calling it, because doing play-by-play for this one, it's confusing.
I can see why it could be, especially when first, second, third all go around the pole at the same time.
Yes.
Right? Okay, hey. LucasOilRacing.tv. You know how we do it here. This is going to be a first for us, and, hey. I'm excited.
It's going to just fly by the seat of your pants on this one.
That's the best kind of racing. Paint your car with Rust-Oleum that you got at Home Depot and come on out.
So field got shown one to go by our flag man down there. So this
the Lone Mark Gorilla looks great out there in turn 2.
Oh yes, for sure. He's still up.
Yes. And that takes some work too.
Green flag flies, and we are barber pole racing here at Orange Show Speedway. And we dive down for the first barber pole.
Oh.
We go all the way around.
Okay.
And we go over to the one in turns 3 and 4. And we go all the way around.
And round we go. Okay.
And we come right back up here to the start-finish line.
Now, do you ever throw a caution?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay. Well, the 42 just completely punched it chicken into the dead white one that's down there. And is that turn 2? Or is it turn 4 after you go? Hey, I think it's great. Look, 25 makes a move.
And the yellow flag flies.
And okay, so there's our answer. Okay, all right.
After one lap in, the yellow flag flies. You folks at home watching on your Lucas Oil Racing TV app, yes, hope you are having as much fun as we are.
Yeah, because this is happening right now.
Yes. And you might not see this every night, but I see this every time I'm out here.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I get to see some really cool racing going on around the country in my travels, and one of the funnest ones I saw was the double-decker races that they have up in Salt Lake. And they got it's like a double-decker bus. One guy steers up top, and the other guy works the brakes and the gas underneath,
Wow.
and they don't talk to each other.
Wow.
Yeah, it was wow. So this is like, hey, cool, right on.
Yep. it's interesting. Like I said, very interesting. And there was only a handful of cars that were here for practice last night to practice on this new layout that they have.
Yeah, I think the 43 has a new clear coat on that. I mean, that's the shiniest car out there. It must have a paint and body sponsor or something. That could be a hard sponsor sale. Well, I'm going barber pole racing.
Yeah.
You're doing what? You want how much money?
Yeah.
Well, I need like $60.
$60 for a very used car.
I need to go down to Ecology and get hooked up on something.
Yes. Time and scoring trying to get the running order sorted out before we get back under green flag racing. Sorting it out down there in turn 4 right now. So hopefully we'll be back under green soon for more wild racing, because this is just wild.
So they're 4 cylinders?
Yes.
All right. We got roll cages, clearly.
Yes.
They got spotters?
My question, do you see any?
I was just wondering.
Do you see any over on turn 4?
No, I know. No, the spotter
turn
stand
3,
looks quite
excuse me.
empty over there.
Yes.
So I was just wondering. You know, if it's 4-cylinder spotting, maybe they're smaller. I don't know. That was a vertical choke.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know I'm short, but
I always say, man, if I'm 6'4", what would happen if I had not started smoking in high school? I'd have been like 7'9" or something. Like Yao Ming.
wow.
But I would never say start smoking.
So our flag man going back up into the flag stand right now. So we'll get this race going again shortly.
All right. So I don't think drafting really comes into play.
There's
here.
our Woody Woodpecker
Yes, all right.
making the TV show.
That's hey.
All right. Field being shown 1 to go.
1 to go at the Orange Show Pocono. All right.
The Orange Show Pocono.
That's right.
I'm going to coin that phrase.
Yeah, use it and abuse it.
Yes.
You folks at home go, hey, I watched the Orange Show Pocono last night. What? Pocono? Yeah, quarter-mile Pocono. Who'd have thunk it?
The Orange Show? What's that?
Yeah, exactly.
The Pocono? What's that?
That's where it rains in April, the Orange Show, right? Yeah.
And green flag back in the end. We're back to racing. Barber pole style. And we dive down to the first barber pole. And we go do-si-do around it.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing some do-si right there, just watching it. Round and round we go.
Yes. And we jet over to the second one.
Jetting over to the second one, I tell you. Crossing the streams, Egon. That's right. Don't cross the streams, Egon.
This is fun.
Hey, that's why they put a spot up here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yep. Oh, okay. Well,
Without that leaderboard over there, I've even lost who the leader is, really.
Okay, good.
I know the 25 car, Steve Belling. I know he's the current leader.
Yeah, Steve's got the colorful light tube there. Just got passed by the 44, didn't he? Yeah.
So the 44.
44 made some headway there from 4th. Who knew? Oh, well. And, yeah.
And, yeah.
Looks like the 91 and the 60.
Okay. Yeah, it's fun to watch.
This is but I've never seen what was that, a Honda CRX? I was like 3rd grade. My 3rd grade teacher bought a new one of those. That was like the cool car in the 80s.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I just busted that one.
Yep.
Yep. Miss Wagner had a CRX. Oh, CRX taking a beating. Who knew it was such a powerhouse in the barber pole race series?
Yes, these drivers, they go at it. They do. They go at it. They are all out for it.
I mean, what's tech for these guys?
I
Do they even run him on a scale? Like, yeah, he's got a helmet and there's gas. Go.
I don't think they do tech for these guys, to
Oh,
tell the
well.
truth.
I can see why.
I mean, you have all sorts of different cars, different car bodies.
Yeah, you could bring a Vista Cruiser in here. You know, Vista Cruiser might be the way to go.
Yeah.
That thing would move some things out of the way.
Right.
I don't know how good it'd do with a 4-cylinder, but hey, if we're all in 4 cylinders, why not?
So we are on lap 6 of 15.
25 is leading this thing. 76 is second, according to scoring. But that's not right. Okay. Oh, okay. We have official scoring right there as opposed to the official scoreboard over there. All right, gotcha.
Yes.
It's barber pole racing. But the 25's leading, right?
25 is leading.
All right, all right. Okay. I figured somebody should know who the leader is.
That's about all
I'm
I
getting
can tell
distracted
you.
with the pink CRX. I think the 25 is still leading this thing. All right.
That's about all I can tell you is the 25 is leading.
And basically, the 25 just kind of parks it against the tire for the first circle and then just kind of bumps it on the car that's out there and ends up pretty darn clean, right?
Right. So yeah, this is what barber pole racing is, folks at
All right.
home. If you're watching, this is what barber pole racing is,
Okay.
and it's very confusing and very exciting at the same time.
Maybe if they had horns. Probably help.
You know, honestly, what I would like to see is just put a big bumper around these things. You know, just a big rubber bumper or something.
Like bumper bolts.
Yes, exactly.
or we could, if they're 4 cylinders, you put them in those sumo suits, you know?
Yes.
Let them go at it. Okay, well, we got body parts out there.
Yes, we do.
Okay, then I'm sure that happens.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
This barber pole racing is a version of demolition derby at the same time.
Yeah, it
Because see, they're just going to leave that there.
you know, this is recycling at its greatest.
Unless it becomes a safety issue, they're pretty much just going to leave it.
You know, because some of these cars, I'm sure, you know, moved kids to school, got groceries from the store, and now they're just out here running amok.
Because we have 5 to go, being shown by the flagman right now. So
Okay.
we're within the last 5 laps of this barber pole race.
Well, the 71 got into the 25 there pretty well coming out of the turn.
And the 25
3.
is still a leader.
25 still leading.
Yes.
All right, good. 25 there around turn 1 for the second time. All right. We could never do these with the modifieds. It's hard enough to line them up.
Wow. But yeah,
All right. See, now I like how the 25 sneaks in there, slows it down with a bumper from the car that's in front of him, sucks it to the inside. Okay, I see the strategy here.
yeah.
I think it's the purple light that allows me to see it. Like Prince, you know? That's a thing. They should call that car Purple Rain.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
That's right. That's right. 25 keeps it tight down there.
Yeah, it's very tight.
That's right. Remember those merry-go-rounds in front of Kmart's, those red ones, you know? Drop a quarter in?
Yes.
I'd have dropped 2 quarters if I could have done this. Mom, I need some more quarters from the bottom of your purse. It's either Pac-Man or Barber. Yeah, I'm going barber pole racing.
Yeah.
Because how many times can you see a pink top CRX? I didn't even know they came in two-tone that year. You know?
And white flag flies for the 25.
For the 25. Yeah, getting pointed out there by the flagman. He's like, no, that's for you. 25 says, all right, I'm going to keep it nice and tight here in the carpool lane. All right.
And last time, over to turns 3 and 4 to go around that barber pole. Bunts the 71 out of his way. And 71 is still.
Did the 71 steal it? And now the 25 is trying to get it back. This is for the race win. 71 wins this thing.
71 wins this thing. Wow.
The Barber of Seville beats Edward Scissorhands. No, that's the wrong entry. Yeah. I don't know any more Barber names.
Oh, man. It's been a long night.
Yes.
Andy, why don't you take it away downstairs?
Barber pole racing. And I don't know if this is a 71 or a 77 or a 7.7. I'm pretty sure it's a Toyota Tercel or something like that. Give it up for Jeremy Queener. We'll talk to Jeremy here in a second when he gets his helmet off, but that was awesome. You were lightning fast, man. Toyota Tercel or Corolla? Toyota Corolla. Give it up for Jeremy Queener. One of the, Jeremy also runs in our figure 8 division. I think he's been in just about everything out here on this track in one way or another. But that was awesome, Jeremy. How'd it go for you?
This is the first time we've had this configuration. Usually it's a little bigger. I kind of like it, as rough as it was. Put everybody right there with you, no matter what. I hope everybody up there liked it. I know I did. I had to thank my girlfriend, Randy. She puts up with all the race car stuff. My little boy, Davin. Kathy, Rod, for the welcome to this racetrack. Hopefully next year everything goes just as good. Bring a friend next time, yeah? We need those stands full. Love to see that.
All right, good job, Jeremy. Well, that's it. We appreciate everyone coming out on behalf of my friend Rod Proctor and all his family, his entire family, and all his friends that volunteer here. We appreciate, like Jeremy said, each and every one of you coming out. Come out again. Check out our website, theorangeshowspeedway.com or Facebook. On Facebook, you can see our schedule. Like I said, we got some big mini stock, street stock, and late model races coming up. And then, like I mentioned before, November is our Outlaw Figure 8 300 lap. Rod tells me that Mark Tunney, the winningest Figure 8 driver in America, lives in Indiana, Indianapolis, Indiana, is going to be out here trying to take Rod's money from him. I'm pretty sure, Rod, you going to have a car out here?
Oh, yeah. I got a new built car. We're ready to go.
You gonna take that $10,000 home for yourself?
I'm going to save that 10 grand for my pocket.
I'll tell you what, if I win it, I'll give you $1,000 back. Anyways, hey, thanks again for coming out tonight. If you do want to go on the pits, if you're on the north side here, the pit entrance over here, in a short while, they're going to open that up. If you want to go talk to some of your drivers, some of your favorite drivers, or see some people back in the pits, there's a security guard over there. They'll hold you back for a little bit. Eventually, they'll open it up, and you can head back into the pits and pick up some broken parts. If you want to volunteer to be on a race team, that's the place to go. If you want to check out those modifieds, make your way into the pits, and you can talk to those drivers and maybe catch them before they head back home. Once again, thanks, everyone, for coming out tonight. We definitely appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you, Andy, for making it look good down there and helping me and Chuck up here in the booth. Chuck, it's been an awesome night of racing here at the Orange Show Speedway in beautiful San Bernardino, California. Lucas Oil Modifieds, we will be next in Kern County and Bakersfield here about September, about 3 weeks or so. Thanks for having us back this year. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining us. It has been a pleasure working with you up here. I hope to work with you again next year up here and have more fun.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we had a blast tonight, and I hope you folks in the stands as well as at lucasoilracing.tv, wherever you are in the world watching us, whether it's the morning, the evening, we thank you so much for tuning in. Please tell a friend. Bring them to the race with you. Bring them to your house. Have a lucasoilracing.tv party.
Absolutely.
It is well worth it. If you call yourself a gearhead and you like watching motorsports, you need to be part of lucasoilracing.tv. Again, it's been a great day here at the Orange Show in San Bernardino, California. The sun was out early. It was hot, but it is summer. The track was a little loose, but that's what happens when the sun's out.
Yes, it does.
I'm sure you've seen that plenty of times here, Chuck. For all of us at Lucas Oil Modifieds, for everybody in the pits, up here in the booth, back in the trailer making me sound good, I'm Mike Flanders for Chuck Smith and Andy down on the track. We will see you next time at lucasoilracing.tv. You folks have a safe night. God bless America.
Watching this live event broadcast from LucasOilRacing.tv.